is our 5th session of our March Madness Pilates challenge. So I actually switched up my editing tool due to some of your comments. So hopefully this will be better for all of you. So let's go ahead and get started. For today, we'll start off with some planks and then a lot of abs for this session. So let's go ahead and go to our forearm plank to begin with. This is also the last exercise that we did for our 4th session. So for the forearm plank, you just want to go in a plank shape position here and then extend one leg over the other and extend one leg in. And again, you can choose to go onto a Pilates B here or a parallel. So we're just gonna start off with a Pilates B. And then from here, take a nice big inhale. And then as you exhale, you're just going to point your toes so that you're shifting forward and then come back in. Okay, so we're just going to do that a couple times to activate the muscles of our feet. And for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, come back in. On the next one, I do want you to go to a parallel position of the legs. So on this next one, we're just going to lift your left leg up a couple inches away from the mat without shifting the hips. And then we're going to do that on the other side. And down. Exhaling up, come back down. And for 3, and 2, one last one right here. You want to make sure that we're both even on each side, and then just come to a seated position here. Sit on your heels, go to a nice child's pose position. Deep breaths here. Take an inhale through the nose, exhale out through pursed lips, and then we're just going to switch it up to an all fours. So for an all fours position here, we're going to take a nice big inhale. As you exhale, we're going to extend that right leg up, left arm up. So it's actually the left arm comes up first, and then the right leg is out. And we're here for 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's come back down. And then on the next one, we're going to switch it up. So your right arm is up, left leg up. Okay, you want to make sure that you're not hiking that left hip. And keep on breathing here. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's come back in. And then we're going to do that on the opposite side now. Okay, this time around, you're going to bend that right knee, flex that right foot. And then from here, you're just going to pulse up, up, up. So it's the heel towards the ceiling here. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's come back in. And doing that on the opposite side now. Bending that left knee, flex that left foot, and then we pulse up, up, up. Continue breathing here. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on back down. We're going to do one more thing here. So we're going to bend in as we're extending the opposite arm, opposite leg. We're going to bend in and curl up. like to a calf stretch. So we've done this in the previous session. So here we go. It's the left arm up, left leg up. We're gonna bend in and curl in. So it's that opposite elbow to the opposite knee. And extend. Exhale as you bend. Inhale as you extend out for 5 and 4 and 3. Hollowing out that belly. And 1 and come back down. And then opposite arm again. Left leg up, right arm up. And here we go. And for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now let's come back down. We're going to sit on our heels here. Shell stretch position or child's pose, up to you. And then while you're here, just sit on your heels, shake your hands out. Release any tension of the wrist. And then we're gonna go on to our ab series now. So let's go ahead and lay on our back here. Okay, and then from here, you do want to review where your imprint is. So shortening those obliques here, we're gonna go on to a flat back position. Right, hands down on the side. We're gonna take one leg up and then the other. And then we're gonna take our arms up all the way out towards the ceiling here. We're gonna take a nice big inhale. As you exhale, you're gonna flex up. And then we're just gonna go down. This is just some prep work right here. Nod the chin. Exhale, flex up. Inhale, let's come back down. Okay, 4 more of these. And inhale down. Okay, you want to make sure you're also in a 90 degrees here, tabletop position, so that your knees are aligned with your hips. And for 2, and one last one. On this next one, we're gonna curl up, extend the legs out, and come back down. And 6. And 5, right? 4, 3, and 2. One last one. Okay, on this next one, we're gonna stay up and then we're going to open and close. It's a fast movement here. So you're working on those adductors as you're opening and closing. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bend and come back down. So we have 2 more sets of those. All right, you're gonna open and close for 8 times. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, let's flex up, extend the legs for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bend. Let's come back down. 1 more set of that. Inhale here. And exhale, flex up, extend the legs for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend, and let's come back in. We have 2 more abs exercises here. We're gonna take a nice big inhale one more time. As you exhale, you're gonna flex up, okay? And then from here, extend the legs, and then bend in, come back down. So it's just a bend and stretch for this round. We're gonna take a nice big exhale, flex up, extend, bend, come back down. And for 5 more, inhale and come back down. For 4, and down. For 3, and down. And 2, Looking at the well of your legs there. And one last one. And hold. So now you're going to go into this T-shaped position of your hands. It's like you're doing a half of a snow angel here. And 5, 4, exhale as you're coming into your hips. And for 3, 2, 1, bend in. Okay, go ahead and take your head down. Bend the knees towards your chest. Go ahead and rock side to side. So we did a lot of upper body flexion there, and what I typically do is that if we've done a lot of the ab series, upper body flexion, then we're gonna do the reverse of that, which is a lot of hip opening with our hips coming up. So now you have your feet parallel, hip width distance apart. Your heels are probably 6 inches, 5 inches away from your hips. And we're gonna do some hip rolls here. So articulation of the spine, opening up of those hip flexors. Taking an inhale here as you prepare. As you exhale, you're tucking that tailbone in, and then we're gonna roll all the way up. Nice big inhale here at the top, and exhale, softening that sternum here. So you really wanna articulate the spine bone by bone as you're coming all the way back down to that imprint and to your neutral, which is your starting position. So now your tailbone should be heavy on the mat. 5 more of these, and then we're gonna add in a couple of challenges. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, rocking that pelvis in, squeezing those glutes as you're coming all the way up. Inhale here at the top. As you exhale, slowly roll down vertebrae by vertebrae and come back to your starting neutral position here. 4 more, and let's go on to that imprint, rolling the hips away from the mat. Inhale here at the top, and exhale, roll all the way back down. And come back in. And last 2 here. You know what's coming on the last one. We're gonna stay up, okay? Inhale here, and slowly roll all the way down, articulating that spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. This is the last piece, and so we're going to take our hips up, keep our hips up, and then we're just going to do some marching of the feet here. So making sure that you're not dropping of the hips. We don't want to drop one hip over the other. So you're going to take your right foot just an inch off of the mat, come back in. Now if you see that your hips are dropping, you want to make sure that you're not making such a big march here. So it's just a slight foot away, probably just 2 inches off of the mat, or even half an inch off is good enough. You really want to make sure that your hips are stable for this exercise, so you're not pulling weight on one side over the other. And exhale as you're coming up. Inhale, come back down. And let's do that 3 more on each side here. And 2. And one last one. Okay, fix those hips, because typically our hips do come down, rolling all the way back down. And we have 2 more sets of those with marching of the feet. Here we go. Inhale here. As you exhale, tucking that tailbone in, rolling all the way back up. Now we're going to start off with that left foot. So marching off away from the mat, and then right foot up, and left, and right, and left, and right, for 4, and 3, and 2, one last one. Okay, nice big inhale here, slowly roll all the way back down. All right, we'll have 1 more set of with our marching of the feet. Really working on our glutes here, stabilizing those hips, hamstrings are working, and then our flexion of the hips as we're marching up and out or up and down. And for 4 more on each side, you want to make sure that you're really even. 2, 1 last one. Fix those hips, rolling all the way back in. Alright, okay, hope you're feeling good here. Because we have a couple more exercises laying down. Now, we're going to tuck that tailbone in. Some of these are reformer exercises for those of you who've done reformer Pilates. Then we're going to lift one leg up. And then tabletop position first. And then you're going to extend out to a nice diagonal. So from here, it's just a lift towards the ceiling, making sure that your hips are still down on the mat, and you lower. So it's an inhale to lift, exhale to lower back down to that diagonal. So how far you can lower down just depends on how far you can maintain that imprinted position. Right? So you really want to use those transversus abdominis here to keep you into that imprint position with no pelvic action, because you're maintaining that nice imprint for your pelvis. And for 4 more, and inhale to lift, exhale you lower for 2, and 1 last one. Good. Just bend in here. You can bend towards your chest here. Again, rock side to side, or you can do a baby stretch. Our baby stretch is going to a wide U-shaped position, hands on the heels on each side, and then rock side to side. From here, we're going to do our rollover prep. Right? So if your feet are down on the ground, you want to go back to an imprint position, flat back, and then take one leg to tabletop, and then the other, and then crossing one leg over the other. So we're going to take an inhale here. As you exhale, you're just going to lift your hips probably 1 inch or 2 inches away from the mat, as far as you can keep this nice 90 degrees as well of your tabletop position. So because this is a prep, we really want to activate the abs right here as well as your lower back, because we are going to do some rollovers. We're going to do a couple of our basic rollovers, and then we're going to do a much more advanced rollover thereafter. So our body is used to our rollovers. And 3 more here. And 2. And 1 last one. Good. I had to stop for 1 second there because this little girl wants to join me. But we're going to continue off with our rollover. So again, you're in an oblique, shortening of the obliques imprinted position. We're going to take one leg to tabletop and then the other, and then we're going to extend it this time. So this is the full rollover here. We're going to take an inhale to prepare. As you exhale, you're going to start up and over, right? Parallel to the floor now. Flex that foot. Then you can tap the floor if you can only. And abduct those legs, so separate those legs, then slowly roll all the way back down with control here, and back to your starting position. Adduct those legs this time, so AD duck is in together, AB duck is separate. So you're back into this diagonal. We have 3 more of these, and then we're going to do an advanced rollover. So you're going to inhale here. As you exhale, lifting up and over. Again, you can use your hands to kind of lift your hips up and over here. Tap the floor if you like to.
Then you're going to take an inhale, separate those legs. As you exhale, you're starting to roll all the way back down with control. And when you're coming back to your diagonal, glue those legs in together. And 2 more times like this. Take an inhale, exhale, up and over here. Inhale, separate those legs. As you exhale, start to roll all the way back down with control. Last one like this. Inhale here, exhale, up and over, parallel to the floor now. Take an inhale, separate those legs, exhale, roll all the way back down, and glue back in. Then we're gonna reverse that coordination. So we're gonna start off with your legs separated. Taking an inhale here, as you exhale, going up and over here. Then when you're parallel to the ground, flex the foot, glue legs in, roll all the way back down. You want to make sure when you're rolling up and over, you're not rolling up to your neck. So you don't want to do that. And we're going to separate the legs here. Inhale here and exhale, up and over. And flex the feet, glue your legs in. Rolling all the way back down with control. And for 2 more. Abduct those legs. Inhale here. Exhale. Up and over. And flex the feet. Glue them back in. Slowly roll all the way back down. And we're going to do this one last time here. Taking an inhale. As you exhale. Up and over here, and flex the feet, glue them in, rolling all the way back down. Now, of course, the more sets you do this, the more tiring it becomes. So that's why it's really important that when you're rolling up and over, you use your hands to support you if you need to, so that you're really not using so much momentum. And it's also good for your hips to for your hip extensors when you're rolling up and over, that you have that much support. So on this next one, we're gonna add a challenge here. We're going to go back to that imprint position, one leg to tabletop, then the other, and then go back to that extension. So this is still our starting position here on a nice diagonal. We're going to take an inhale here. As you exhale, again, you're gonna go up and over this time. So this time, I really want you to put your hands to the side of your lower back, because we're going to extend. So feel like your toes are reaching for the ceiling here. Then we're gonna stop here. We're going to do some scissors. So your right leg comes towards you, left leg is out, and then we're going to switch. So it's basically doing some scissors, but this time around, you're really going to use your hip extensors here to keep your hips up as you're doing your scissors, controlling your balance here. And let's do 3 more on each side. So keep on breathing here. And for 2, and 1, glue them back in before you roll all the way back down. Alright, okay. Now you can take a rest here and bend to rock side to side, because we have 1 more set of those. Whew. On our scissors now. So starting position here, imprint to tabletop to an extension. And taking an inhale here and exhale, up and over. Okay, do not need to tap your toes this time. We're just going to extend our hips. Okay, toes are reaching for that ceiling. And then now our left leg comes to our chest, right leg is out, and we switch and switch and switch for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and glue them in together before you start rolling all the way back down. Whew. Bend your knees in, rock side to side. You can also do a baby stretch here. Now we did a lot of exercises on our back, so we're gonna go onto our tummies this time. Prone shape position. So our tummy is on the floor, on the mat, and we're gonna start off with our hands on the side. So your palms are into the side of the hips, feet are hip width distance apart. Okay, let me just go on my frame here, and we're gonna look down directly to your mat. Taking an inhale here. As you exhale, you're just going to zoom up to a nice mid-back position. Heart is up. Your gaze is probably 3 inches away from where you started. Lower back down. Taking an inhale and exhale as you're zooming up. Lift the head, lift the heart. Inhale at the top, exhale, lower back down. And for 2 more like this. And inhale at the top, exhale, lower back down. Just one last one. And then on this next one, I want you to stay up on that mid-back position, mid-back extension. Taking an inhale here and exhale. On that inhale, remain here on that extension. Then we're just going to reach for your right toes. So you're working on those obliques on the right side. Go back to neutral to your center and reach for your left toes. And back to center. So it's really a small movement here. And you want to make sure that you're still in this nice extension as you're working on those obliques from one side and then to the other. And let's do that one more time here. Exhale as you reach. Inhale, come back to center and exhale. On the other side, back to center now. Lower all the way back down. Okay. And then on this next one, your hands are now right on your lumbar here. And then you're actually going to be facing your right side. So now I'm facing you guys. Hello. Okay, so from here, we're going to take our legs now together. So glue them in together. We're going to bend. As you extend, you're also going to go onto that mid-back extension with your palms in towards your hips. And then when you're switching, I'm going to look onto the other side, so left side this time. And then I'm gonna kick, extend the arms, do a mid-back extension, and go on to the other side. So I'm kicking, and lift off, extend the arms, and then now we're kicking again on this left side, and extend, zoom up, and 2 more on this side. Inhale as you kick. Exhale when you're coming back to center, zooming up to that mid-back extension only. And last time, kick, and extend. And we kick, and extend. And come all the way back in. Okay, you can rock your hips side to side here. As we're going to do some swimming. So this time around, we're gonna do a little bit of fast swimming here. So really imagine that you're in a swimming pool. So you're resisting that water when you're kicking and when you're kicking your legs as well as when you're kicking your arms. So from here, we're going to take our hands overhead. Legs are out in extension and go to a hip width distance apart with the legs. You're still looking down towards the floor and lift your arms, lift your legs. So this is our starting position, Superman. Then we're gonna lift an inch away from our right hand, inch away from our left leg, and switch. So make sure you have your coordination right. And then once you got the coordination, we can make this a little bit faster. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale for 5. Exhale for 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more sets here. Last one. And exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower all the way back down. And then just go back to a child's pose here, child stretch position. And then coming back to a seated position, we're gonna do some mermaids. So with the mermaids, it's a little bit complicated on the legs. So you want to make sure that your legs is on kind of as a Z-shaped position. So my right leg, that right foot is right behind me, and then this is my left leg right in front. My left foot is on my right thigh. So what we're gonna do here, okay, you want to make sure that your hips are facing forward, so you're not doing a lateral flexion yet. Your hips are facing forward, your arms are out towards a T-shaped position, palms are facing down. What we're gonna do here first is that we're gonna take an inhale, extend the right arm up. As you exhale, you're gonna take your left hand towards the floor and then flex all the way out to your left side. So lateral flexion here. Nice big exhale. And inhale here. Come on back up to center. Once you're inhaling back to center, you really want to feel like you're growing taller. And then on the exhale now, we're gonna teeter to your right side. And left hand is up, flex over, okay, as much as you can. And then come back up, nice center here. And 3 more each side. So you can definitely bend your left elbow here so you can get a lot of leverage as you're bending to your left side. Back to center here. And then on this right hand, you don't need to bend. You're just going to go onto a smaller lateral flexion. And 2 more. Come back to center here. Now when you're lifting your arm up, you want to make sure that you're lifting from the obliques here. So taking a nice big lift, so reaching your fingertips to the ceiling before you're flexing over to the other side. Back to center here. Now before I'm flexing over, I'm reaching here first, reaching towards the ceiling, then I flex over. One more time on each side here. So as you're taking your right hand up, reach for the ceiling and then flex over on a nice big exhale. Back to center here, and then opposite side, reach and flex over. And back to center now. Then we're gonna do that on the opposite side. So go on to an opposite Z-shaped position. Now your left foot is on the back and your right foot is on your left thigh. Same thing here, wide T-shaped position. You're gonna take an inhale here. As you exhale, your left hand comes up, reach, and then we're going to bend over to your right side. Now come back to your center here, and right arm comes up now, and reach for your left side. Lateral flexion here. Bend, come back to center. And here we go. Inhale here, reach and flex over. Again, you can bend this elbow to get a deeper flexion. And come back to center now. And then just one more time on each side here. And last one on this side. Good. And then from here, we're just going to roll out our shoulders for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rolling back for 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Good. Now we're going to take our arms up towards the ceiling, bend the elbows, grab the opposite elbow, opposite hand, and then from here we're going to go on to another flexion. So you're going to take a nice big exhale to your right side, flex over to your right, come back to center here, flex over to your left side, come back to center, and one more time. It's a great way to really feel like you're stretching yourself, especially on that upper body. You can also do this in a standing position. Once you're coming back to center, you feel like you're really growing taller, such that someone's tugging you in the midline of your head. And exhale to the other side. Come back to center now. And that's it for our 5th session. So we're now halfway through, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you.